that produce some of the widest variety of toys for some of the coolest brands out there in the universe. My name is Scott Knightlett, also sometimes known as Toy Guru on fan forums online. We have a great panel of designers, of packaging designers, of marketing members here to talk to you, to answer your questions. We're going to preview some new product from a huge variety of brands that Jakks works on. First, I'm going to have the panel introduce themselves to you and kind of say a little bit about what they do and tell you what their favorite toy is. And then we'll go into the presentation with time for Q&A at the end. So, as I said, my name is Scott Knightlett. My favorite toy is this awesome Boba Fett that you can get at the Jakks booth downstairs for only $50. It's the first appearance ever made as an articulated action figure. And I'm in marketing. I help market the large-scale big figs for all of our brands, as well as most of the stuff you'll see in the panel. And with that, I will hand it down to the illustrious panel here. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves to the mic?
I'm Alec Willis. I'm the art director at Jakks Pacific. I head up all the packaging for any of the brands you're going to see today, so my team handles all of that. My favorite toy we probably have at the moment is our 6-inch deluxe Metroid from World of Nintendo, because it is so sick. It's absolutely amazing. And that's it for me.
My name is Jose Alvarez. I'm a senior designer, and again, you're going to see a lot of brands up there that I work on. And my favorite toy, well, I like the Metroid. So, but we got these really cool 8-bit figures coming out. So this is just again, this is the Mario figures. So I think these are my favorite right now. We also have Luigi and Link, and
You'll see all these in the panel. Sneak peek.
I'm Eli Halpert. I'm a senior designer at Jakks. I work on the big figs mostly. So my favorite thing at Jakks is just the action figures in general. I think we make really great, high quality, high detail action figures. And that's what we do.
Peter Skortis, senior director of design for Boys Action Division at Jakks. Stuff, I guess my favorite toy I can talk about because we're not there yet. But we got plenty of stuff that's coming out that's really exciting, and I think we kind of upped our game with some stuff we'll see in the slides.
All right, with that, we'll get to the slides, and we should have some time at the end for you guys to open questions for our panel about the product line, toy industry in general, and so forth. So with that, we are Jakks Pacific. There's our brand new logo as of about a week and a half ago. Our company's been around for 20 years, but we just moved into a brand new corporate office. We used to be in Malibu, now in Santa Monica, right by Santa Monica Airport for those local Californians. And we're just looking back at 20 years and looking ahead at the next 20. So that is our brand new, awesome logo, and a great way to kick it off. Here we go. So first, Marvel. We have a great line of XPV performance vehicles under the Marvel license, and our new one for 15 is the Hulk Smash. This is on shelf now. This is an amazing toy. The Hulk here spins, flips, smashes, does wheelies, and he rights himself every time he's turned over, so he can never be upside down. 4, classic, just the movie look. So that'll be newly shown for scale there. That's the 20-inch counterpart. Also in our DC portfolio, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Who's excited for the new movie? So we're very ready to rev up for this in both 20-inch and 31-inch scale. So there you can see an overview at gold standard $20 and $34 price point. These will be on shelf top 2016. In our 20-inch line, we'll see a couple characters. We'll of course have Superman, beautiful soft goods cape and beautiful sculpt. We'll also, of course, have Batman, played by Ben Affleck in this film. Close-up of his bat belt. The 20-inch line will also include the armored version of Batman in his mech suit. And again, all of these are at that value $19.99 price point, all with these great soft goods cloaks, capes. And then finally, the 20-inch will round out, of course, with Wonder Woman. Gorgeous sculpt on her. And she will have her lasso of truth. It will be removable in her hand. She'll be in wave 2 along with Batman in late spring. to look at all four of them together, ready to form the Justice League in time. And then our 31-inch will be focusing on the top two guys, Superman versus Batman, ready to literally face off with each other at that giant, massive 31-inch big fig scale. Also on shelf, beginning in January. Star Wars. Anyone heard of Star Wars? We also do Star Wars toys. Very excited to keep these rolling out. Obviously, there's a lot of news coming for the fall. Right now, we're just going to kind of focus on the spring. A lot more news to come. Some of these figures you've probably seen before, but they'll be re-released. Jedi Luke and Yoda are new. They're just hitting shelves now. There'll be a re-release of original Boba Fett. Now, you'll notice that is the same tool, if you will, as our Comic-Con exclusive, but that is the Empire Strikes Back version. The version we have here at Comic-Con is from the Harvest Parade in 1978, his very first ever appearance. A lot more deco on this guy, of course, that's why he's plussed up at $50 at Comic-Con. These guys are all $19.99 at retail. You will also see in the classic assortment, Bosk should be hitting very soon. He will come with his Trandoshan Wookiee blasting rifle. We will have a Docking Bay 94 Luke as a single. This will be in early 16, as well as a single release of the popular Tusken Raider, who's currently only available in a 4-pack at Toys R Us, along with Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, and regular Farmer. So some refreshes. There's a lot more coming. Continuing with the classic trilogy, though, in our 31-inch scale, the massive scale, we have two what we call smaller figures, but they're in scale to 31 inch. The first is Yoda with a soft goods cloak and lightsaber. Peter, Eli, anything you want to kind of jump in on this guy?
Sure. I'm particularly proud of this figure. I just think the sculpt came out really great, and it's kind of the high level of detail and accuracy. I just really think we nailed it with this guy, so I'm looking forward to seeing him out there.
And the lightsaber's removable, right?
Yep.
Yep. So he's 20 inches tall, but he's in scale to that 31-inch Darth Vader you already have. Also in our 31-inch sort of smaller scale is everyone's favorite Astro Droid, R2-D2 himself. So again, Eli, Peter, any notes on your thoughts?
Well, it's good to finally get R2 out there. I think the fans are clamoring for him, so I think
Are you guys clamoring? You guys are the fans.
You guys want R2?
We hear clamoring? You guys are the ones who do the clamoring. We just make the toys for you. So he is, his articulation, just go over real quick.
His head spins side to side. We have our basic and our deluxe version, so we have the two different.
Yeah, so let's do the basic first and all.
The basic version just has the arms that pivot at the shoulders, and the head has kind of movement.
Yeah, and he's also supposed to have some wheels on him. He's got wheels so he can push him.
Yes, wheels to push, as an astromech droid should. So that is the basic version. There's also going to be a deluxe version with lights, with sound and movement. I'll let you can explain best.
Yeah, that one's got, he's got a motion, no, it's a push button, and it's several sequences of sounds, and the head rotates left and right. You kind of see he does a little bit of a freak out scenario, and kind of converses with you a little bit. It's more of the highlight sound bites that he does from the show. So yeah, I can hear Stupid whistling or something. It's basically a lot of that sort of stuff, but it's a fun toy actually. It's one of those that you can actually play with.
And he really comes alive. He has that wobble thing on his legs, like back and forth.
Yeah, he'll do something like that sort of thing, and his head spins, and like I said, he's got several sequences in there, and mixed together, it actually flows pretty good.
So I know this one is going to be in international markets, and we'll have details about how fans in the U.S. can get him. Probably once we lock in every retailer who's taken him, but he'll also be out in late fall. All right, so transitioning from a galaxy far away to a galaxy here on Earth, the Power Rangers. Again, what other toy family are you going to go to that's already covered? DC, Star Wars, and Power Rangers. Many more to go. This is why you come to the Jakks family. We cover everything. So Dino Charge, the new Power Rangers theme for next year from Saban. We'll have 20 inch and 31 of the new Red Ranger. So Here he is at 31 inches, and there's his smaller 20-inch buddy for scale. Articulated just like the other massive and 20-inch or 31-inch and 20-inch big figs that you may have from the current Power Ranger set. With hopefully more to come as Dino Riders keeps revving up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The hits we just keep hitting all these, every possible brand in the entire geek culture is in this room. I love it. So you saw our 48-inch colossal Michelangelo. We are following up with our next entry, Leonardo. So yeah, he's pretty much as big as your kid, or your lamp, or your end table there. He's colossal. He's 48 inches. He's just like Michelangelo. He's fully articulated. He's going to come with his 2 katana swords, which you can remove the shell in the back, and the swords will neatly fit inside for storage, or you can store all sorts of other goodies inside. And he will basically be your best friend in your room, like living with an actual Ninja Turtle. All of our 48-inch figures are going to feature kind of a very innovative, interactive feature of that. In the case of the Ninja Turtles, you've got the shell storage. Some other figures we've got coming out, you saw, we previewed at Star Wars Celebration. We have a Darth Vader that's got lights and sounds, that's going to be interactive with you. We don't have that one here with us today, but we did have him at Star Wars Celebration. And basically looks like Vader, but in 48 inches. Anything you guys want to jump in on the colossal scales?
I love these things. They're fun. They're big. You can actually play with them, which a lot of times you get once you start going into bigger stuff. Like people, they're generally like things that you look at. These ones you can actually play with.
Yeah, you really don't get. I think this is probably the biggest action figure. We'll find out there at Bash Retail.
Yeah, the Vader one's got it's a play function. It's a friend and foe mode, so you can either be with Vader or against him. Basically, the intent is that you're battling against him together, and he talks back to you, and it's got articulation of lightsaber. Yeah, these things are fantastic.
So if you want to live with Leonardo or Darth Vader or Michelangelo or any other number of characters, definitely keep your eye out for these giant, colossal, 48-inch Jakks giant big things. He'll be in fall of 15. All right, what's up next? We got Minions. What brand do we not do? All right, so we have an awesome Jakks Big Fig 20-inch of Kevin. So there he is. He's on shelf now. And kind of similar to Leonardo, he also has storage capacity. So he flips open there, the side of his head. And you can store all sorts of goodies, maybe a banana, who knows what, inside. And then it closes right back up again. So that is our awesome Jakks 20-inch character with storage capacity for Minions. On shelf now for Minions the movie. World of Nintendo. All right, another big one for Jakks. With Nintendo, we do have the Master Toy license. So we do a lot of different scales for Nintendo beyond just the big figs. We'll go through a lot of those. First up, let's talk about our plush figures. So we have a couple new ones coming out. You're going to see the White Pumpkin. You're going to see Falco and Fox McCloud in fall. They are just too cute. What's going on next one? There we have Luigi, as well as the Orange Squid from the new Nintendo blockbuster game Splatoon. For the 30th anniversary of Nintendo this fall, even Nintendo was 30 years old. I was just sitting in my living room playing Zelda like yesterday. Well, I was yesterday. We are going to have some amazing 8-bit plush figures to celebrate the 30th. So Link, Luigi, and Mario based on the 1985-1987 looks of the characters from their original releases. These are sort of flat plushes, if you will. Jose, anything you want to?
No, I can show you guys a sample.
He can show you a sample! So there you go.
Yeah, so basically, has the flat back to represent the old NES style. And yeah, like Scott mentioned, Mario. Mario and Link, and they're 9 inches tall. They should be out right now.
All right. Novelty plush, another really fun category. So we've got a couple new ones in this. We've got a star, we've got the Koopa shell, and the mushroom. The reason that these are novelty plush and not just regular plush figures, actually I do have demos in. So let me kind of show you how these work here. That's the mushroom. And big shocker, same kind of concept here on the star. So, if you've also may have seen our coin box that's out now. So, kind of works in a similar way. Great for just throwing around the house, keeping some Nintendo items on hand with all those authentic in-game sounds. Alright, our big figs of the Nintendo line. So you've seen Mario, he was out last year. You can look for a repaint of him in his fire outfit with fire flower power up. And then some new big figs, we got some new ones. First up is Yoshi. This is a really big fig. And please, Jose, feel free to jump in, your babies here. So we took a picture of him next to a tiny Yoshi just to show scale there. And then additionally, you've seen at Comic-Con, we have our Big Fig Link. Here he is in his retail deco. So the deco at Comic-Con is a little more intense. We got a lot more deco, it's a lot more washes. Jose, maybe you want to kind of talk about the differences?
Yeah, I mean, basically, so you have the shield, the sheath, and the sword are all metallic. They all have metallic deco. That's the Comic-Con version. The retail version will still have the matte paint, but the colors are still there, and it's definitely a great value. So, and also the articulation. There's articulation in the head. He has ball joints on the shoulders and the legs as well.
So Link joining the Big Figs family. So you can get it first here at Comic-Con from the Entertainment Earth group, although I think they sold out today already.
Yeah, they sold out
Yeah,
today.
so if you don't have it, did anyone get one already? We got a link. A couple people, what do you think? Awesome? Awesome, he says awesome. So they should have some more tomorrow, and then so this will be the retail version, again, with less deco and in a standard package. The package will obviously have all the gold foil and stuff you get here at Comic-Con. All right, 4-inch World of Nintendo. So we got some new characters. We got the princess joining the crowd. We got Fox. We got a Goomba and a pink Yoshi. Following that up, we've got Toad. We've got Falco. We've got a flying Koopa, and we've got a all-new Link. Skull Kid. Zelda herself. Yes, that is Zelda, not the guy in the green outfit. Yes, we get that all the time, too. Mario is a white Tanuki suit, and red Yoshi. And as another sneak peek, building out that team, we're really big into those team buildings. Slippy Toad is going to be late in the year, too. We're very conscious of trying to deliver to kids of all ages, the full kind of set so they can play out the adventures from their world. It's always fun when you can get pictures of that. The 2.5-inch, this is kind of the grab and go version of our Nintendo figures. So for the 30th anniversary, as was a preview for you a moment ago, we'll have these really cool plastic 8-bit 2.5-inch figures. So you can see them from the side there. They are kind of flat figures. We'll have Donkey Kong, Mario, Luigi, and Link. There's sort of the 8-bit Mario against the more 3D version of Mario, Fire Mario that's out now. So you can see the same height, but a little bit of a different aesthetic look to them. So these will be out in the fall for the 30th anniversary. Really fun to do these. They're not articulated though. It's a little hard to articulate when you're in this kind of mode. That's going to follow back to our 3D look. We'll have some new characters. We'll have Cat Luigi, Ganondorf, who got a sort of shell for half a year there. We'll be back. Captain Olimar and Samus. She is looking awesome in the metallic armor. Followed by some more Mario characters. Goomba, Piranha Plant, Bill and Cat Toad. Finally, wrapping up with the Villager, the Tingle Brother, Tanuki Mario, Brown, and Chain Chomp. I love that movie, Chain Chomp. He just like sits on the desk and looks awesome. I can't stop playing with that one. Black Yoshi, the blue and red Pikmins that are going to be a 2-pack, a Link and Cat Mario, and Link Fall. And then just some comparison shots. So there is 4-inch Mario and 4-inch Goomba next to the 2.5-inch Goomba. So you can kind of mix and match a little bit. The scales are definitely deliberately meant to work like that. So, you know, it's almost like the 4-inch Mario works very well with the 2.5-inch Goomba. Also works well with the 4-inch Goomba, but you can see we're really conscious of this kind of stuff. And then there's all the cat characters together finally. Also, you're going to see the 2.5-inch figures at Checklane. Right now, these are at Walmart. They're doing really well at Walmart, actually. They're flying off the shelf. Not only are you going to see them in these nice open boxes at Checklane, but there's going to be special gold chase variants randomly packed in. So there's Bullet Bill in his chase variant next to some regular figures. So you'll see, you will find the black version, but you'll also want to look at the Checklane for these special gold variants we're slipping out there. All right, the big one, capping off Nintendo, is the 8-inch anti-gravity racer. This is our big holiday toy for Nintendo. There it is packaged. This is a full RC straight from Mario Kart 8. And I actually have a short little video showing how it works. So as you can see, the wheels turn under the vehicle and it actually drifts. It will drive with both anti-gravity and regular mode. Again,
we had a lot of fun with this one. It gave us a chance to just be very innovative and just kind of bring some of the world of the game into an actual product. So we're looking forward to this. I hope you guys like this item.
Yeah, my experience on this is when I was playing this thing in Hong Kong and developing it, and the motor on this thing is really strong. Like, I was surprised how powerful that thing was.
Yeah, it's very powerful and very fast. So.
And that's the plush coin box, by the way, making it a little handy. Yeah, this is real, so this will be on shelf for holidays. $99 SRP. All right, Warcraft. So this video game, I think a couple people might play. Who here is a World of Warcraft game player in the room? A couple people? Looking forward to the movie, the live action film coming from Legendary and Universal. So the movie comes out next June. Now since the movie did get moved up till June, I want to just mitigate expectations. We don't have images of the toys yet to show you guys. But we did want to at least let you know what to expect from Jakks with our partnership with Legendary and Universal, because we are the master toy license for Warcraft. So it lets us offer a much more wide variety of items, much like we are with Nintendo. So very excited, only about, well, a year, July, so a year off now from when Warcraft will hit the big screen. What you will see from Jakks, you will see an all-new line from the blockbuster film. Things such as 2.5-inch Army Builder 2-packs, kind of similar to what Play Along did with Lord of the Rings back about 10 years ago. Play Along is actually owned by Jakks now, ironically. 6-inch collector series. These are true 6-inch in the style, in the vein of things like Marvel Legends and DC Classics and that kind of stuff. Motu Classics, Ghostbusters, all what Funko does, all the standard that collectors, the real blood of it. They're going to come with tons of accessories, tons of deco, and all the major characters from the film. We're also going to, of course, have our Jakks Big Fig 20-inch figures from the main characters. You'll see those too, as well as some special deluxe versions for different retailers and events. You're going to see role-play items from the film, all those signature smashing and bashing items you know from the game. And more. Like I said, we are the master toy license for Warcraft, so it lets us really expand the realm of what we can offer. we're going to have the latest and greatest at BlizzCon 2015, a couple months from now in November. But if you want to have sort of a sneak peek at what the world looks like, definitely check out both the Legendary booth and the Weta booth downstairs. Have really awesome displays of the Warcraft movie, the soldiers. I think Ogrim is down there and all of his working goodness. So just kind of imagine all of those, but a little bit smaller. And that's what you're going to get in the toy aisles next summer from Jakks Pacific. All right, that's Warcraft. Halo, like I said, we took every brand. What possible toy panel could you ever be in to see this many brands? But here, 31-inch big figs on massive scale. We are making a beautiful, beautiful Master Chief figure. He is probably one of our most dynamically posed big figs we've ever done. A lot of our big figs are kind of in, let's call that sort of waiting for the bus pose, shall we say. But Master Chief here, you want to talk a little bit, Peter, Eli, about how we got him posed down?
Well, we added some extra articulation to him, so he has an extra point of articulation in his bicep and his elbow, which allows him to do that signature Master Chief pose.
Yeah, so you can have him sit there in your man cave or your bedroom or your library or your war room, and he's ready to invade.
Yeah, the figures at this scale, a lot of people don't realize that when you start to get bigger, the plastics that you have to use for some of this stuff.
Peter, starts the mic.
Oh, sorry. The plastics you have to use for some of this stuff starts to get heavy, and when you get bigger in scale, you can imagine the plastic's going to get bigger and heavier. The cool thing about this is that it's always going to be in this pose, but you can change the articulation, you can move him around and stuff. If you were to fully articulate him, he would collapse on himself because he's so big. But I think this one, yeah, this is one of the better ones as far as like a dynamic stance and just posed out.
Okay, we're not big on making toys that collapse. Alright, so he's out in fall, and you can look for both a basic and a deluxe version of him that's going to have even more crazy deco, kind of similar to this Boba Fett here. Alright, wrapping up our presentation, a Jakks new entry into the toy aisles, or actually more accurately the activity aisle, is a brand that we call 3D Character Creator. What is 3D Character Creator? I'm glad you asked. So the 3D Character Creator, it's kind of like a 3D printer for kids, if you will, allowing you to choose colors, mold characters, and customize your own characters. So here's the mold machine and what you're going to get coming out of it. So in our basic starter set, you're getting a mold maker that makes 4 characters. You're getting skeletons, wax, sticks, and a mold form. You're also going to get decal sheets, accessories, and a molding tool. Essentially, it's kind of playing off an older toy. There was a Hot Wheels car maker back in the 70s that you could squeeze out your own chassis. It's sort of taking that old technology, but now updating it, and now putting it in character form for the first time ever. So this is going to be sold in the activity aisle. We have a lot of really exciting brands signed up under this license. The way it works, basically 3 easy steps when you're making your own characters. You choose your wax, and you insert it into the top of the molding machine. You allow it to heat up, you pull down on the wax lever, and it's going to fill the mold around the skeleton piece. You then snap all the pieces together, decorate with accessories and stickers, and you can make thousands and thousands of combinations of figures and characters. We have both sort of just generic IP characters as well as some exciting licenses that are part of this new system here. So you can see some of the characters. We got Pirate Guy and Blue Guy and Ninja Guy, some of our generics. So we'll have different refill packs. So in the generic zone, you're going to get sports packs, you're going to get warrior pirate packs, each of them with all the materials to make 3 characters in the basics, so 3 skeletons, wax sticks, stickers, and accessories. We're going to have mid-price deluxe packs, so there you see some of the more generic characters. You got some vampires, you got some zombies, you got some cowboys. And then a mega refill pack with 9 characters, so again, you're getting a lot more accessories, snap-on armor, snap-on accessories, maces, capes, swords, all sorts of cool, fun, generic scuba divers, thieves, cops, cyborgs, that type of thing. Then, beyond the generic heroes, there's some cool license brands. So, for example, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have same thing, basic, deluxe, and mega refill packs that are going to let you make all of the heroes and villains from the universe of the Ninja Turtles. You got Shredder, you got the Turtles, all with the same kind of basic concept, with the wax sticks, with the decals, with the accessories. Here's the deluxe Ninja Turtle set. There, I think we've got Slash joining as well as different versions of the Turtles. And then a mega pack where it's all the heroes, all the villains, variants of Shredder. I think Krang is one of them, but couldn't see who's in the other pack. My angle's really bad here. But you'll get 9 figures, everything you need to make all the heroes and villains in that pack. And all compatible with the one-time purchase of the machine. Marvel's also joining the 3D character creator, so we've got an Avengers and a Guardians of the Galaxy starter pack, again, with all the stickers and accessories that you need to snap on all the parts. A Marvel Deluxe pack in the Spider-Man family, I think Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Venom, joining 3 variants of Spider-Man. And then a 9-pack themed for Avengers Age of Ultron, with all the heroes and villains from the new Smash movie, joining that 3D character creator family. The accessories of this include things like Captain's shield, Thor's hammer, Hawkeye's bow. So again, everything you need to make really, really awesome Avengers toys. And then what would be Marvel without DC as well? So same kind of thing with DC. You'll get our basic figures. You got Flash, you got Joker, Batman, Hal, Cal, and Aquaman there with different snap-on capes. Our deluxe pack, again with those 6 figures, Two-Face joining in along with Flash, Wonder Woman, Robin, another version of Flash, Superman with his heat vision. And then finally, a 9-figure pack for DC where you're going to get very angry, screaming Arthur, Aquaman, Cyborg, Joker, Lex Luthor, Hal Jordan, Flash, Clark Kent, Sinestro, and Batman. Say that 5 times fast. Alright, so that's like the entire Justice League, the entire Avengers, the entire Ninja Turtle crew. It's basically every superhero you could possibly need to take over your world, along with all those generics as well. I've talked about this enough though. You guys are the ones who have been working on this, both from a packaging and a design standpoint. Anything you want to add about 3D it? Really exciting new toy. And remember the mics.
And this is just starting, and this is another one of those stylized, fun play patterns. Kids get to make their own stuff, kind of do a little bit of what we do. So I don't know. I like this concept. It's a little bit more up to date. It's kind of reminiscent of other items that are out there, but you get to do it at home. So again, another one of those play feature stuff we're working towards.
So this is going to be in the activity aisle, not the action figure aisle. So that's where you should look for it. And you could literally make thousands and thousands of these things. We know because we have thousands of them around the office now because everyone's constantly making them. They're so much fun. With that, I want to open up the floor to questions. It's something we don't get to do that often, and this is really your guys' time to ask these amazing gentlemen in the toy industry your questions about Jakks stuff, about industry stuff. What I think I want to do is actually, for questions, have people line up. And Richard, maybe you want to grab the mic here. This way, everyone in the room can hear the questions. So just come right up, and sort of we'll have a line go straight down the middle. And first come, first serve, and we'll do questions. So just come on up and ask your first question.
Hi, can we expect anything more from the Halo line, other characters like Cortana, Spartan Law, the Arbiter? Do you have any more plans to go on in the future? Or
For the Halo line?
Yes.
You're expanding it beyond Master Chief?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah. We're definitely looking at what other characters we could do. Peter?
Yeah, right now, if we do more characters, it would be 30-minute scale, so we're looking at other characters. There's
Spartan Lock, I think, would be the next one for us.
Okay.
yeah, and there's still some variants to this character as well.
Great, thank you.
For your world at Nintendo, do you plan on going into F-Zero?
For F-Zero, not at the moment. We work very closely with them to just decide what the best properties or the best franchises are for us to use. But I can't say that we'll never get into it, but not at the moment.
I'm a toy designer. I've been in the toy design field since 1995. So I'm curious about innovation because Mattel has just partnered with Corgi, right? Because they're reaching outside to get innovation. I'm curious, if your 31-inch figures, I don't know how you produce it without price point. That is amazing. Those things are so cool. So what are you guys doing like in innovation? Is there something else coming out? Are you guys working on kind of cool technology or anything to, there's just so much to do with those figures, I can't.
Yeah, we're exploring some of that stuff right now, actually. One of the things, the big pushes for us is that we want to make items that people can play with, and that are durable. So, like, we're exploring different ways that we can do that. And we're still, I mean, this is a relatively new scale, so we're still also learning how people are playing with them, what they're doing with them, how they're displaying them. And at that point, then we can kind of take into that, whatever that next level is. And of course, innovation is a big key of that. Like, we had a couple items that we were showing at Celebration that it's kind of the beginning of where we're going with that sort of stuff. But there's a lot more coming.
All right. Considering you have now the Starbucks characters online, will you start making the Or Week and Lancaster thing for them to put them inside?
We're exploring that idea, so hopefully we'll try to bring it to that next year.
Okay, and you forgot about Becky. Do a barrel roll.
Becky will be able to get the full floor.
Hi, my question is about my process. So when you just design the 31-inch lines, are you sculpting in clay or like it's just 3D? Or what's the process of taking it?
It's usually 3D nowadays. Most of the sculptors have converted to 3D just mostly for time purposes. You know, like say we want to change the pose of the figure, it's a lot easier to make that change in 3D than to do it traditionally. So that's usually where we start.
Well, the 3D printing is done a lot for you guys too, right?
Yeah, but the other thing too, like one of the they're big. So like all the details are bigger. So to have to go in there and do everything by hand would be really time consuming. But if you look at our figures and then you look at some of the other, like the other figures that are out there, they're the same characters. Focus on those details because they're in there. And if they're getting more and more. We're getting more and more into making sure that those details are noticed.
Like super high resolution texturing on the suits. And, we should look out for our Batman and Superman stuff because we got a lot of cool detailing going on there.
Yeah, we crashed our sculptor's computer 2 or 3 times.
Some of those new sculpts, the figures coming out next year, we weren't able to show everything. There's obviously some other properties coming up. Yeah, the mech suit Batman is amazing. I mean, all of the 2016 lines really have to take a big jump from where we've been in the past. He agrees. Other questions, guys? You got the toy industry here. You got free dialogue here. No more, lurking behind the scenes on the internet, telling us how you feel when you're in your basement. We can read all those comments. Yes, we know the world of Nintendo and all that. Other questions? Oh, no, just crossing over the other picture.
I got a question. Can anybody tell us what are you doing with these things? When you take them home these days, what do you want to do when you get them there? Like, what are you going to do with that link that you got?
I got 2 of them, one for me and one for my son. He is the world's largest Zelda fan.
How old is he?
10.
Well, I give a toy to a 2-year-old and he badges it.
Does it live up to the hype? Like
it's the 31-incher, and so far I think it's pretty good. Just a little bit of paint chipping, but likes it.
Toys are meant to be played with and collected.
That's why I got 2.
That's why you got 2. Everyone buy 2. If your college education.
My brother and I, we do a lot of display cases, so he loves collecting the world of Nintendo ones, and because they're articulate, you can do so many different poses, so he likes to change them up a little bit and then take photos. That's probably so.
We do see a lot of those online. We've seen some of those collections, and they're pretty immense. It's kind of frightening. It's amazing, but there's so many figures. It's ridiculous.
I keep mine at work. I have a 31
putting Stormtrooper in the refrigerator. That's awesome. Yes?
With the iPads and media devices and stuff like that, the popularity of those growing, and you guys, and a lot of the properties are video game based. Have you guys thought about the interactivity of your toys with different media, phones, and iPads and such? Is there any?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the latest and greatest ways to use technology. We have a department that kind of focuses on that stuff. I think next year we have a lot of more innovation stuff coming out, so we should see a lot of that stuff soon.
At the same time, we kind of want kids to play with it. Like this is going a different way. You know what I mean? Like if you can combine it too, and we're working on some stuff like that. At the same time, there's something to be said for that traditional play pattern, and like having kids go outside. And the hope is that these kids are running around playing with these things, and I mean realistically, using like is and then living up to the task and still being fun, and you want to play with them some more. So.
Can you guys speak to the app that goes with 3D a little bit for everyone?
Oh, yes, definitely. Good point. Yes. So the 3D system that we just showed you does have a dedicated app for Android and Mac that while you're doing the 3D system, while wax is melting and while you're pushing it into the different chambers, you can use the app to sort of pre-select different stickers and different accessories and sort of virtually create a character to kind of test that, sort of like your test studio, what you want your character to look like. So you know you're using this color wax and you're putting it on this skeleton and you have these accessory pieces. You can assemble it virtually, swap things out, say, oh wait, no, I might want to use it with these pair of legs or this sticker, or it might look cooler if I use this wax for the legs and this color for the arms. And then it'll work with you through the process. So, and then once you create the figures, you can also move them around virtually and watch them interact with each other. So the 3D system, while you're making and creating characters as sort of a collecting art activity, you can also virtually create them on the app while you're making them, or even just in your spare time. And you can, at the end of the day, say, oh, look at all the cool characters I made. Now I'm going to go home and physically make these. So a cool way to link the virtual with the physicalness of the toy.
Will you have any blanks available for your template file that you can go through and use your own graphics? So say with the 3D it, we want to create our own characters. Like, is there going to be any options for that?
So, well, the way it works is every character comes out blank, and then you apply stickers to it.
Right. And that's what I think with the stickers itself. Like, can we create our own stickers?
Well, we don't have blank stick. I mean, because you can color on the wax, right? You can paint on the wax.
Yeah, but I know what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Now they're rolling.
There you go. All right. Look at how you make toys now.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like a sticker that would be like a sticker that would be a surface that you can easily write on.
Basically a template.
Yeah.
It's not a template, so you can kind of do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. That's something we can actually do. Yes.
How, if it's wax, does it melt after time? If it's heat sensitive or?
So the machine heats it up to a temperature that's so hot that it liquefies it. Just normal room temperature is not going to do that, if you will.
But if you left them outside on the
Like in the sun?
No, just a new play
They'll survive the sun.
They will.
Yeah, they love if you build a whole bunch of them and left them on the windowsill, you're not going to come home at the end of the day and see a couple puddles of wax. Yeah, it's a very specific type of wax designed for this type of molding. So when it heats up in the machine, it's at such an extreme temperature. That's why there's all these warnings on the box, like, this is not a toy. Keep away from very young children. Use parental guidance, and then so it'll heat up in the machine to a very hot temperature, and then you actually have to wait for it to cool down before you can even eject it. It's that hot, because we obviously want safety first. No one wants to burn themselves on hot wax or anything like that, unless that's your thing. In that case, you don't use our toy for that. But yeah, you're not going to come home with puddles of like wax with the skeletons like you Terminator 2 out. Yeah.
So I noticed that the wax sticks, came in primary colors, and I think green. So if you're doing something specific like Aquaman, are you going to be able to make an orange shirt and green pants?
There is tan, right? One of the colors is like a tan. The shirt is from a sticker.
Okay.
So basically, to do Aquaman, you might want to mold him in a tan color or an orange color, and then when you wrap the head and the body, am I explaining this? Well, you guys are a lot closer to it. That's where you'll get the detail. And there's actually a lot of, there's over 10 colors plus. Yeah, there's a lot of colors. Yeah, you can also mold, the arms in one color, the legs in another color, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity. And it comes like all sorts of little kind of Swiss Army knife type little scrapers and diggers and pushers to, get the wax in the cavities and pop them out and cut them the way you want. So, we've even seen people, a lot of people in the office will come through crazy customizing these things. One really creative one we saw was someone did the skeleton robot and then kind of scrape the wax to make it look kind of like a Terminator with the skeleton underneath the robot structure. So you can do a lot of cool sort of fanboy customizing by using the tools to almost have the wax like scraping off part. If there's like the tallow or Terminator or zombie. Someone else did a bunch of zombies using the tan, and then again you're doing scrapes and then a green layer underneath, and you get like a really cool kind of zombie effect. So there's a lot of creativity with it. It's a cool toy that I think a lot of kids and collectors are like expressing themselves.
Is the skeleton articulated?
Yes, exactly, and then it pulls apart. So the skeleton, it pulls apart the arms, the legs, and the head, and even the torso splits in two, if I remember. Yeah. So essentially what you do is you've got the mold, and then you take the skeleton pieces, you pull them apart, you put each of the pieces in the mold, or whichever one you want in that color. Shut the mold, put it in the machine, press down, pull out, wait for it to dry, harden, and then the pieces will mold around the limbs. So you can do limbs once, and you can do the body in a different color, or vice versa, and that's basically, and then they snap together. So the skeleton is like the base that holds it all together. It's like the rug in a big basket. Other question? Oh, one more question. I need one more question. All right, last question. Who wants the honor of the last question? No one's going to take the honor of the last question. Do you guys have a last question for the audience? What would you like to see next from Big Figs? If there was a brand that we didn't show you today, but you would love to see 20-inch and 31-inch, maybe even 48-inch figures.
Old school Godzilla.
Old school Godzilla.
King Kong.
Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim.
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon. So there's a lot of like actual big things.
King Kong for Godzilla twin package. 60 inches.
Alright, make it happen. Alright. That's good to know. That, like, yeah, it's fun that the big figs with the large monsters like Godzilla are great too, because it's like that great Smash play where you can take our Godzilla and you can, ravage all of your army men. Alright, I think it's all we're out of time, but thank you all for our very first ever Jakks San Diego Comic-Con presentation. I hope you enjoyed this.